Hello and welcome to round 6 of Division 1 in IFT this season in Season 10. We welcome you to Spain here in Division 1 with Speed still leading the Drivers' Championship by, I just need to check, by 13 points to Chow Missing Race Netherlands. It is quite a big ask for anyone really to topple Aston Martin in the Speed in the Drivers' Championship, and in the Constructors the gap is growing all the time with them getting a 1-2 last time out in Austin, Texas. So here we go. We are heading. It says ready. Let's just give it a minute. And actually. Right, and we'll just quickly enable that. That's leader. We'll go fast lap. And there we go. Actually, final check. Might as well. You can never trust host these days. It is dynamic. So it's good to know there's no incompetence from an Aston Martin host this time around, as was on Tuesday. Anyway, let's see who heads out first this evening. There is about a 13-point gap between the two Aston Martin drivers in Division 1, and then about a 28-point gap between Aston Martin and the rest in the Constructors. And it looks like it will be a wet race here tonight, which is interesting. It is very interesting to see what will unfold in the race, if it is a wet race here tonight. And we have got a few people heading out of the pit lane. And what is the first one? I believe it might be one of the Red Bulls. Is it? Actually, no, is it on a Haas? It's going to be a Haas coming out. Alright, let's see. So, Milo, let's show highlights here and there. He's got pole in Silverstone, didn't win the race. Quite a decent performance under that last safety car. So, yeah, he kind of messed up there, but he's definitely shown that he has pace and the ability for his challenge this season here in Spain, and generally this season he has definitely got the pace. But will he have the pace tonight in Catalonia? Further back, we've got Alfie in the Sauber. Sauber, I don't actually know how I've done this season, to be honest. I've been so oblivious how Sauber I've done this season. The Sauber, they've done alright. 7th in the Constructors. They have the opportunity to overtake Ferrari in this race, potentially, if they can put a decent performance together. In the Drivers 16th, he'll be hoping to improve on that today with some good performances. Anyway, let's cut to Nilo. Run down this someone. Hits this, really tight to the inside. It was very wide through, trying to the exit of it. And it cuts the inside through. So get as far as possible to swing it across and have as much momentum as possible to support. Sometimes swing it to the right, hit the apex, and try and get good traction, and then want to limit the distance between times 5 and 7 Trying up the hill, we ain't not really much before in Formula 1 cars these days. Turn 9, not too shabby. Not turn 9, sorry. It's got over, isn't it? I don't know. It's a wrong corner, hitting the out. And it's a run for the line. What is it going to be? It's a 1:12.096. very good stuff there from the Haas driver. We go further back, there's a Mercedes, but he's on an outlap. So we'll go to Alfie, who I believe is the other one on the lap, going around the front of the corner. And he goes fast with the 111.871. Very, very good stuff. Strike the tires from the session. He's obviously got the coolie ban over his head. 112.2 from Chow only, which is a bit of a surprise. Alfie with 111.8, and it's very strong from him. We'll look at the McLaren. Dixon, what can't really tell, 133. To improve on that, Luke choosing 112.9. Going right through the final sector. Having to go through the final cross corners actually. Coming up the hill on the right hander. Uses a bit of backfill. Towards the end of the middle section, I believe he got purple in first. Purple in the middle. He has around the final two corners. A little bit at the moment there, but it was okay. Around the final corner. It's a 111.741. It is fastest in Q1. Very, very strong lap indeed. So we'll cut back to a half across the line. 113.004. Which is the fastest. Right, Amigo and JSPR on an outlap. JSPR recently technically is officially allowed to run for the second half of this season, so we'll see. We'll keep a very good eye on his progress, see what he can do tonight, especially if it's a wet race. That will open the floodgates to a lot of things happening potentially. We will see. Anyway, so Toby currently topping the times at 111.741. Then it's speed at 11.774. He's just crossed the line actually, I think, not long ago to go second fast. Chow then goes third fast in 111.816. Luke goes 8 fastest 113.004. Not bad at all. Here we go, up the hill with the JSPR through the middle sector. Toby at 111.695. He goes even faster in the McLaren. And JSPR goes even quicker. He snatched the fastest time with a 111.640. And we'll have fusion on that. He's just started his second lap in Q1. little bit of oversteer, a lot of oversteer actually through turn 4. Now through turn 5, that's still more oversteer. A little bit struggling with the car potentially, but I mean it's not. I mean, a track car potentially, but it's not the end of the world. It is only Q1. Now he improves by about 4 cents a second. With, I'm guessing this can be a fresh set of soft tyres, or maybe used still, but I don't know. Around the final couple of corners. What is Julian gonna do? He still improves, but yay. That was a big error at the final corner. He goes around the final corner about 6 tenths up on his time, probably a massive mistake in the last corner, in the last sector, and he goes 11th car. Keep an eye on Amigo, no we won't, in the Ferrari. Keep an eye on Nyla actually, who's going alright in the Haas 112.0 at the moment. Keeps him firmly in the top 6. You would think that's enough, especially with 2 drivers being knocked out. I don't know why Noah stayed in the pits at the moment. But Nyla goes stays 6th fastest actually, and it's 2 tenths between the top 6 here in Q1 of qualifying. Nyla's on the outlap. Have a look at chat actually. Is he doing up? He is, and he's up by just over a tenth of a second. So what can he put together in the last part of the lap here in qualifying? As we head round the final couple of corners, what is it going to look like for the Aston Martin driver? It is a 1:11.656. It puts him 2nd fastest, and speed tops the timing here in Q1 at the moment with 1:11.22. Personally, I don't see the need of them going out. I mean, they're through anyway. All they need to do is third time. I think if they need from us, then I guess so. But I don't see the need for it. But I mean, it should, at least, I mean, you need a pace beforehand anyway. Head about the final corner with Axel, and he goes 5th fastest. So we have got all the top 5 in a 1:11.6. How about that? That is as close as you like. Wow, that is as tight as it gets. Hopefully we'll get that in Q3. Doubt it, but hopefully we'll get that in Q3. And that's kind of quality done. I mean, Noah's got to do a lap still, but that's kind of quality done. Hold on, I've just got. It is short quality, is it not? No, it is full quality. It's full. Oh, you're doing a last question. Okay. Is it full or oh, it's a short. Oh, I've been doing. Oh, this whole time I've been thinking it's a full. Well then, because on the lobby it said full for about 10 minutes. Oh, good grief! I wasn't paying attention. Well, there we go. The top five full fucking now in the 111.6 for pole position. Well, there we go. Unbelievable. Here we go. JSPR. First race was in Texas, and he done a pretty good job from near back of the grid. He went up to, I believe, P5. It was a very difficult race for a race that was very difficult in terms of overtaking. He did a very good job there. And can he snatch pole position this time round, as he's now got the full 18 minutes to get the quali laps in, and Noah is. So Noah's doing the last question mark, so we'll see where that ends up. Here we go for not 130 seconds to heaven for these drivers, for these 17 drivers here today. What can JSPR produce here tonight? He needs something in the round. Well, he only needs 200. Can the two cars out on the right get out of the way? And they do. Down to 4. Not bad. Rides the curve through turn 2. Doesn't go as wide as we saw in the lap earlier. Tries to limit the distance between turn 2 and 4 by just going right side to the inside through 3. He's 800 lap. He's 800 up on his time. This is looking like a very promising lap. Switched over to the right hand side. Down to 3rd. Gets the car turned in. Gets the traction down very nicely. 7th gear. And then goes down to 4th, and not bad running up the hill flat out. And now DRS from the last DRS detection point on the whole track. What is it looking like? He's a 10.5 up on his time. This is looking like an absolute stormer. Does Aston Martin have anything to respond? The Aston Martin going about 500 up on his time. Ferrari just about gets out of the way. Just in the nick of time as we head round the final corner. What can JSPR do? It is fastest with a 1:11.387. Can Speed, the championship leader, respond? Down to the line! Yes, he does! By 100th of a second! Does anyone have a response? As we have a look, there's still plenty of time, so there's definitely a lot of people getting to the line. We'll have to wait as a Haas on an outlap. We see, I believe Chow is on an outlap. Alfie heading up the hill. What can he do? Can he deny Speed of another pole position here this season? In this very, very, I say dominant, but it's a season that looks very promising for him to take the Drivers' Championship. He is down on his time, Alfie. Can he sneak into the top 5 though? At the very least, a massive snap over here. Is it looking likely round the final corner? Can he do anything about it? No, he stays where he is. What about Toby? He goes onto the front row. 1:11.3. 3 drivers all in the 1:11.3s. What about Axel round the final corner? No, he misses out by 0.3 of a second. What? Is Speed going again? No, he's not. That is it for the top 3. That's all of them done. What can Chow do up the hill? What can Nilo do? He's in the final sector. As we head around the penultimate corner. And then the final corner. Can he get into the top 6 or the top 5? Round the final corner. What can he do? It's only 6 fastest. 1:11.693. 3 drives all in the 1:11.6s. Another 3 all in the 1:11.3s. Round the final corner for Chow. He can't do it. And I'm guessing that thump up the rear was the AI, because that was no way that was him. That was JSPR. But yeah, Chow cannot get pole. It is Speed on for pole position here at Catalonia. It is speed once again with pole and the front of the field. Toby in second, JSPR in third. Top three all in a 1:11.3s. That is a storm of a qualifying session. That is one of the closest qualifying sessions of the season. And then we have Chow. The man second in the championship is 3/10 away from speed. The second and third, by the way, is 1,000th between them. Axel in the top 5, Nilo 6th, Alfie 7th, Dragon in 8th, Atom 9th, Fusion 10th, Pigeon 11th, Luke 12th, Hugo 13th, Amigo 14th, Juice 15th, Noah 16th, and Strike in last place with his quali ban. Noah doing a last question mark. But it will be a wet race. It will be a dynamic wet race here tonight. That will not result in any sort of race bans or disqualifications or any sort. Right, so everyone, I'm guessing, is on the intermediate tyres. It is. Absolutely everyone on the intermediate tyres here tonight. In a very, very, very gloomy Catalonia. Very, very wet Catalonia. This should be interesting. I just heard Noah got kicked out on the F1 game, so if I can give him an invite back in, we'll see. Anyway, here's 5 red lights here for round 6 in Spain. Is pedal to the metal, and here we go. Top 2 all get an equal start, but Toby's in the slipstream. Oh, there's a lot of contact at the back. Dragon with severe collision this backwards. McLaren, oh my word, a bit of contact there with Chow hitting the back of JSPR. They're all trying to sort themselves out. Oh, Chow's had a massive incident, had a massive slide. And that is one of the protagonists for the world, for the Drivers' Championship. Down in 13th after a massive moment. And there's more contact between him and Noah through turn 4. Further back, Alfie's gone from near dead last to 11th. Nearly in the points already. It is chaos on lap 1. JSPR now all of a sudden comes from 3rd to 6th. As we head up the hill. Mental stuff here. As we head up the hill and JSPR in the slipstream of Axel. Can he get a move? He goes to the inside. Doesn't look like Axel's really trying to defend that, but JSPR can't really break enough. Late enough. I think Axel outbroke himself slightly. I'm so close to contact between the two of them, and Axel goes into JSPR a little bit as we head round the penultimate corner. Oh, and there's a lot of contact on this opening lap. Juice tries to go down the inside, and he gets it to the Sauber driver. As we now are heading into turn 1, and it's Fusion in 3rd. And Toby in 2nd in the 2 McLarens. Oh, Hugo. A lot of contact between him and Amigo through turn 1. We head up the hill through the long right-hander through turn 3, heading into turn 4. Are we going to see anything here? Not really. So we'll cut further forward to Axel and Juice still going side by side. Juice gets the move done. Oh, a bit of contact from 5. But Juice is putting up a bit of a masterclass here in these opening laps. Going from, I don't know where he started even. He's gone from 15th to 5th in not many laps at all. As we know, now go to Chow at a massive moment at through turn 3. He's now trying to go around the outside of Alfie. That is a very nice move if he can get it done. I think Alfie actually had a bit of wing damage we saw there. Yeah, you can see that on his left end plate. And Chow gets it done. Which makes it definitely a lot easier. As are the two McLarens going to swap places? Yes, they are. With Fusion looking like the quicker driver of the two. As we cut further back. Oh my word, a little bit of a moment there for Axel and a little bit of a moment there for GSPR as well. As we head through turn 4. Really struggling to get out some of these corners. The lack of traction. And a lot of oversteer, fighting the rear of the car. Trying to keep it pointing in the right direction. I think Strikes had a bit of a moment there. Actually, it looks like it's wing damage because he is now dead last and back of the field. Ooh, Axel has a bit of a moment. Well, not a massive moment, but just a little bit of a moment. We are now going for the right-hander. And Toby didn't look to have as good of a pace as he did in the drive. Pigeon closing up to the back of him. He's burning his ERS in an attempt to close up to the back of him. Nilo is gone up to third. Actually, it's Alfie in the pits to repair that front wing and get going straight afterwards. As we head through. Oh, JSPR, has he finally got his man? He has. There he is, through turn 4, and he is now finally on him after 4 laps. And now he wants to scamper off down the road to chase that top 5 and maybe get a bit of a, I was going to say a damage limitation, but more damage limitation for Alpine due to Strike having a quality ban and then not having a great start. Oh my word, how has he kept that out the barriers? Had a huge slide, a huge big moment of oversteer, and he somehow kept that out the barriers. That could have been race ending. And Fusion, he's hunting him down. He's hunting speed down here on lap 5 of 33. It's the fastest lap of the race for the McLaren driver. He's not had a podium all season long. He's not had a race win this season. The reigning champion of IFT. He wants that P1 back, and he's hunting the current championship leader down. It's the reigning world champion, well, reigning IFT champion versus the current championship leader. Very clear to see who has the upper hand in pace at the moment. But can speed hold him off? That is the question. It is going to be a little bit more tricky to do some overtaking due to the lack of DRS with the rain. But we'll see how that goes as this race goes on. Pigeon going through the lot. Sorry, that looked like a bit of a slide, but it was okay. Round the final corner, he has got a nice little slipstream here onto the back of the McLaren. He's burning the battery. Is he able to get a move? No, he's not really got that much more, because I'm guessing he's got a lot more downforce in the McLaren. It's going to be a lot more tricky to get the overtake done due to lack of straight line speed. Competitiveness compared to the McLaren, because the McLaren definitely selected the lower wing setup, which would have been more preference in the dry than it would have been in the wet conditions. Through turn 5. Oh, a bit of oversteer for Japo. Oh, and then Juice also getting oversteered. Another bit of oversteer. These guys are really fighting the car, trying to keep them pointing in the right direction. Can Fusion overtakes? It is a proper head-to-head between these two drivers as we head round the penultimate corner, and then the final corner as we're about to head on to lap 7. He's kind of slightly flying the car, but he looks rather stable through the final corner. He is burning a bit of battery out of the final corner, but so is Speed. Speed has a little bit of an advantage in the battery, though he is using it a little bit more, so that advantage kind of closes down just that little bit. And it might be that little bit that Fusion needs to be able to overtake. Oh, a lot of oversteer through 1 and 2, and a bit through 3 for Pigeon. We'll dial it down. Noah and Chow and Hugo here fighting for the last point same position. Actually, and Hugo as well in 9th. And then Chow trying to go down the inside of Hugo. Can he get it done? Hugo with a slightly late defensive manoeuvre. Can he hold on to the position through 5? He'll have the inside line. But Chow has the momentum around the outside. And then the traction afterwards to get it done. And move himself up into the points paying positions. And he now gets himself a World Championship point. A Driver's Championship point. Oh, and now Chow goes up into 9th. He is making moves early on. And Hugo actually finds an opportunity. A little bit of contact between the two. And even more contact as Hugo's now on the gravel. And now that allows Noah to go through. And Hugo lives to fight for another day. There is a Red Bull. He is ghosting on. I was going to say, there's a Red Bull I could really get in Speed's way here. He isn't exactly. Getting out of the way as he should be with the blue flags. At the moment, Speed going up the hill. I don't know if Dirty Air is still a thing when the car in front is ghosted. But Speed definitely dropped just a little bit more to Fusion on this lap. Just under 4/10 now the gap. It was for a second. Now gone up now it's back down to just under 4. So Speed, I don't know if he is getting Dirty Air from he definitely has got quite a bit of oversteer. This could change the lead of the race here as we head round the final corner, 4/10. And he has, well, they've both got quite a bit in the battery pack. But can Fusion use any of, or can Fusion get alongside? No, there's no way. I'm not entirely informed on what, like, I'm guessing it does, judging by what I've seen from how Speed got backed up a lot more and then he just didn't lose anything to Fusion down the straight, even with Fusion having the slipstream. So I'm guessing there is a little bit of Dirty Air in slipstream, and there's ghosting still. So there we go. So I'd presume they would be. So it is slightly helping Speed, but it is also slightly hindering him on his tyres. It's slightly helping Speed and staying ahead because of the slipstream he's getting, though, I will say. He was getting a very lovely slipstream down the start finish. But that might not help him And he's struggling for grip. He's holding on for dear life through the last sector of the track, but then gets his car nicely settled for the last couple of corners. And now the gap is closer than what it has been on the previous lap. Well, it has been all race, really. As we are now on lap 10 of 33. He still can't close up enough. Is he going to make an audacious move? No. And there we go. As we cut to further back, Noah, can he get into the points for RB? This would be a decent start for him. As he goes to burn the battery. Heading into turn 1. Is he going to make a bit of an audacious then? No, he thinks better of it. Oh, Axel, massive moment through turn 3. Oh, and Noah finally gets through. On Amigo, does Amigo keep the position? Nah, Noah has the outside line, gets the better traction, and there is the top 10. There is the point. And speaking of points, Chow could even get more points as we head up the hill, and Luke rather just lets him go. That is not his race. He knows that. With the pace difference the two have. It's no difference, but it's just that. And JSPR is in the pits, going for the undercut. On, well, I'm presuming on the 3 that was in front of him before he pit. So, where does it put him? This will put him theoretically in a nice little bit of clean air between the Sauber of Alfie and the Haas of Nilo. And let's see, yeah, he'll get placed in a nice little bit of clean air, and then the Ferrari has gone off. But it looks like it's all okay. We cut back onto these two. At what point does Fusion pull the undercut? I mean, I don't even know if he has the gap to. I think he does. Oh, he doesn't have that much for gap to try and pull an undercut. He can still get stuck in traffic because Russell is now in the pit. I think it's 10 seconds, and you get the feeling that is going to be the end result of that. I do think it's safe to assume that speed is definitely getting a slipstream down the start-finish off the lapped car every time they go down there. He's definitely holding his own down. He's definitely holding his own even more so when behind the Red Bull than he was before, with Fusion having the slipstream while Speed didn't in like the first 5-6 laps. I don't know how much this could affect the race. I mean, he's definitely had a lot of blue flags now, has the Red Bull. Yeah. I mean, I would say it's hidden him in the quarter, but I think honestly Fusion was quicker anyway. So it's like, and now he's getting slipstream, so there's basically no way Fusion can pass unless like Speed makes a fucking huge error, which ain't looking likely at the moment. He's holding his own with the slipstream. And now double the ERS that Fusion has, because Fusion's, well, trying so much to get the overtake. And it's, well, getting dirty out 2 cars now, so I don't know what to think of it. I'm guessing there will be something. As now they let him through. And he's completely let off the throttle for one reason or another. Anyway. Don't know what he decided then to do it. Anyway. Up the hill. With Fusion, actually, sorry, with Speed, and actually he's pulled a bit of a gap to Fusion now. 1 second. Jeff PR's out of the session. Is that any chance of a safety car? No, it carries on, it looks like. That is JSPR out of the race. Yikes. Big yikes. So that is probably their one chance of scoring points. Gone. Completely and utterly gone for Alpine. This is a huge opportunity for Aston Martin in the overalls. And he's left the stream. Or left the, yeah. Right, let's look further back. Let's see. I'm going on, there's not a lot of overtaking going on. That is somewhat to do with the lack of DRS, and it's already hard to overtake. So there we go. Speed now growing that gap with Fusion having been stuck in this dirty air and having worse tyre wear due to being on the controller. Controller obviously having worse tyre wear than the wheel, so theoretically it's hard to get worse as the race goes on. But yeah, Fusion stays out for another lap. Apparently carries on. Oh! I don't know how that's happened. I don't know, yeah. Well, as a safety car to liven up the race a little bit, I don't know, it's gonna be since lap like 4, not been over it though. Anyway, Fusions and Speeds and Tobys and everyone. Oh, Juice, what have you done, my friend? You are absolutely fucked it. Ah, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, hard. Wait, hard? Pigeon? Hello? Pigeon? Hello? Strategy? Francesco needs no strategy. It's very simple. It's for Lightning Queen to choke, pass him, and win. Francesco always win. What's the strategy? This red pigeon, you do not rest for rally. Luke, unless it is dry, no, okay, if it dries, if the weather for, I have not got the weather forecasted. Yeah, I don't have. But if it does dry up before, so then master strat. If it doesn't, then like, what are we doing? And Luke's retired from session. And Alfie's just come out to fit. What is going on? Yikes. It looks like Dragon caused a safety car on purpose. Oh no. Stop raining. No, I don't understand the fast track unless it is dry. Is that actually dry? Is it meant to be dry? Not later. Yeah. Oh, Alfie's round, and yeah, those tyres do not work. Right, sorry, my voice is slightly. Yeah, long race, not. I'm gonna be real here. Not what's happened. Yeah, not a lot has happened, like at all. Safety car in this lap. Ah, Jesus. Right. Has it stopped raining? Fuck no. So, pigeon, Alfie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Put the fries in the bag. Uh, right. When does speed go? Can Fusion overtake him this time without the lapped car being in his way? When does speed go? He has gone. And Fusion has been, well, I wouldn't say caught out a lot, but there we go. Oh, Chow's in the wall! Oh my word, he's in the air! Huge crash down the start finish. Axel's out of the Spanish Grand Prix. Strike up to P9. I don't know who that was with. I believe that was with Pigeon, who's had another incident with Hugo. Strike trying to go through. Fred the Needle. Be very careful. And oh my word, Pigeon and Nilo's off. And we almost have half the grid gone now. Those hards were never working. And it's another safety car. And get in the bin. Get in the bin. Yeah. Or what I'm gonna say. Well, Chow somehow is still in the race. I'm pretty sure he's airborne. And a few cars staying out. Or boxing, sorry. I'm guessing that's going to be for the drives. Alfie and Pigeon both stay out. Jesus. This has gotten interesting. This has got very interesting. McLaren, I'm guessing, have had to double stack. Aston Martin have had to double stack. Quite a lot of teams having to double stack at the moment. So they're all having to sort themselves out. Currently, Alfie and Pigeon is 1-2 in the race, having stopped on that first safety car. Fair play on that strategy. Alfie is in the lead, Pigeon in second. And Speed now having to overtake them both to win the race and survive, really, after seeing that last restart. Fusion fourth. Noah started last, or near dead last, and is now up to fifth with a shout for the win. Amiga in sixth, Toby seventh. Strike, after having to box on like lap 2 and being 20 seconds behind the field, is now in 8th. Hugo, that's not the racing line, mate, in 9th. Nilo in 10th, and Chow has had literally everything happen to him in this race, and he's still in it with a potential chance of a decent result. Incredible. They are struggling. They are really struggling for it a little bit. Hugo in the pits now for certain mediums and maybe a wing change. I'm presuming it's going to be a wing change. I don't know how this race has got to this, I will be honest, but Luke has left the session. When's the safety car coming in? I'm guessing we're waiting for Hugo, so we'll wait for another lap. Right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Safety car is in this lap. Incredibly, Alfie is in the lead from, I believe, what was 7th on the grid. Pigeon in 2nd place from God knows where on the grid, from 11th on the grid. This race has come alive in the last 6 laps for all the wrong reasons, to be honest with you. The question is, when does Alfie go? Can he get the jump? Can he get a good restart here? When does he go? Does he go as late as he does? And it does look like that's the case. No, he goes right now. And he's caught Pigeon unaware. Speed is in the slipstream of Alfie, who now goes to the left-hand side to give Pigeon a bit of a slipstream in an attempt, but that attempt ain't working in 1,000 years, unfortunately for him. But quite a lot of tyre banging between Toby and Amigo through turn 2. We now go through turn 3, and now Fusion takes over, and that podium place very quickly goes away for Pigeon, slips away for Pigeon. And Nyla on these medium tyres is making the use of them. He's gone up to 7th already on the medium tyres, has the Haas driver. Ciao! Struggling with rear traction. Nyla down the inside. Toby goes into the gravel, and that will probably get looked at after the session. As now Strike throws a wheel to the inside, but can't quite make it work. And Hugo! Not sure on that, Hugo. And it's a virtual safety car. It's a virtual. which has ended fairly quickly as we had now head through turn 3 into turn 4. Now Chow goes up into 9th place. Who will take the win here in Catalunya? Will it be Alfie? Will it be Speed? Will it be Fusion? Could Pigeon have a say in the matter? He's not. He's still trying to hold on to the DRS. Could Noah have a say? Nilo! Oh my word! Calm it down, Nilo. Don't throw the race away. Don't throw the points away. Oh, a little bit of oversteer for Fusion. We now head through the final 2 corners. But now it is the battle at the front between Alfie and Speed. Speed with the DRS. Alfie fast as that, but that looks like that could be futile. Speed to the inside. Alfie doesn't really fight that one too much. As we now go for the run up into turn 4. Nilo now has the 3-second penalty. Chow and Amigo, well, I was going to say, oh, massive, he's really struggling out there. Chow is now re-overtaken by the 2 cars again. Now finds himself into 10th place. Here we go. And Haas makes a move. And Noah doesn't fight too much. He does get a little bit of a switchback, but no, it's futile for him to fight that. Fusion now has a bit of a slipstream through the penultimate. And now final corner. Oh, a little bit of a dirty air. Comes off the back of the Sauber. But that's okay. Fusion and DRS. He looked like he could get the win today, but with about 5 laps to go, the chance that might just slowly slip away from him, unless he can put the 5 laps of his life, or 6 laps of his life, in hunting down the championship leader. With the gap at 1.1 seconds, he will need to have the 6 laps of his life to be able to catch up. And it does not look likely at the moment. 1.1 seconds. I would never, don't ever count him out though. Further back. Not really a lot going on, if I'm being honest. Nilo now is going to have to try and make a move on Pigeon for 4th place. He has got that 3-second time penalty. Was it 3 or was it 10? It's 3 for 2 track limits. As we now head into turn 1, DRS, ERS deployed to the outside. Goes round the outside of the Red Bull driver. Oh, they're so close to contact between the 2 of them, but the Haas bounces round the outside and takes that 4th place. And now he's on a charge for 3rd as Pigeon's almost gone round. Noah avoids the back of him. And that was a much easier pass for the RB driver of Noah, as he now hunts down Alfie for that final podium spot. The race for the win, I think that's very much decided at the moment. The race for the podium is very much in the, well, it is very much in the fight with all 3 drivers. They're all out of DRS for each other though. Noah is dropping back from Nilo. Nilo with that medium compound tyre is on a charge. Toby now makes a move on Hugo. Hugo drops down to 8th. Toby goes up to 7th. Very good day for McLaren. This gets a good haul of points at the moment. Right, final battle for the podium spot. 5 laps to go as we cross the line now. On to lap 29. Can the Haas driver take it off the Sauber as we dart into turn 1? Sauber goes to the inside and he claims the apex. Can he get it stopped? Yes, he does. And he takes the 3rd place on track from the Sauber. It's 3 warnings. We head through the final sector, now on to lap 30 of this race. Can Alfie fight back and try and take that podium place on track from Nilo? He's got the speed and he's got the pace to do it. Hugo gaining on Pigeon. Does not do it. Chow has a look to the inside, can't really do anything there either. The mediums are definitely dropping off a little bit here for Nilo, as now he has a 3-second time, and that won't affect his races. Always get the 1 point and fucking run. Speaking of which, Sauber with this result will jump Ferrari in the constructor stand, so fair play to them for getting back onto the podium. Alfie actually is closing to Fusion here. He could take 2nd place back. This ain't over yet between the Sauber and the McLaren drivers. We head on to lap 31. Here as Nilo is slowly running out of battery and running out of hope, it looks like, for the podium, at least on track. As we have a look into turn 1, Hugo, oh, and that's naughty from Pigeon. Hugo had plenty of his car alongside, and Pigeon thought he had Ghost in the mist to the inside, because he just went for the apex and if it was a qualifying lap. So he turned in like he was non-existent. Anyway, that was a horrible fucking pun. Alright, let's see as Chow gets past him a lot easier. For one reason or another. We now head through the right-hander, and Amigo has at the moment, but it looks like he's carried on. We now head through the final corner on the penultimate lap here of lap 32. Alfie, now in DRS of Fusion. Fusion could be under a little bit of trouble here as Chow now gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. We now head through turn 3 and now going into turn 4. What will we see here? I mean, Nilo's now out of the DRS Nilo's now out of the DRS from Alfie, so Noah can have a fight for P4. But at the moment, between these two, for second and third, as Noah doesn't really have too much to say unless he does the last lap of his life to get onto the podium. We will find out as we head through the final sector for the penultimate time. What sort of traction does Alfie get? What sort of traction does Nilo get? What sort of traction do they all get? As we head on to the final lap of this race, Speed has checked out, but for the podium, it is not over yet. Nilo, crucially, does get DRS, but Alfie also gets DRS, and Fusion's out of DRS. Alfie goes down the inside of Fusion into turn 1. They're so close together. Alfie and Fusion make contact, and Alfie's out of the Spanish Grand Prix. That will get investigated after the session. At the moment, Fusion keeps his P2. Alfie is out on the final lap, on the final tour, on a massive chance to get onto the podium, finds himself in the barriers and out of the race. But will we see more action? Will Noah, Noah, as far as I'm aware, that could be, I don't know, I'll definitely get looked into after the race. At the moment though, Speed, he was a bit nervy those first 15 laps, but when it went to dries and after the safety car restart, we never saw him really for the rest of the race. He disappeared. Round the final corner, he extends his championship lead to a healthy margin over Chow. Speed wins the Spanish Grand Prix. Fusion finishes in second place. Nilo, third on track, will finish fifth. Noah will actually finish third. Toby fourth. Chow in sixth. Hugo in seventh. Amigo in eighth. And Pigeon ninth. And that, a lot is there to talk about. But a lot of it is for all the wrong reasons. I will be completely honest. There was a lot of dodgy driving in that race. A lot of, without me saying too much, interesting tactics used in that race. Especially before, yeah. I won't say too much, but yeah, a lot of interesting tactics and stuff like that. Yeah, very, very interesting racing. Yeah, we'll see. I'd be very surprised if what we have here will be the final result when the stewards' decisions come out. Speed wins the Spanish Grand Prix and once again extends his championship lead over Chow to about, doing the maths real quick, 32 points off the top of my head. Fusion in second, with his incident most likely being investigated after the race. Noah from 16th to third. Toby in fourth with the fast lap, but obviously no point for that. Nilo fifth place. Chow sixth. Hugo seventh. Amigo eighth. Pigeon in ninth. And Alfie does get 1 point, but he could have got a lot more with that incident on the final lap. And yeah, I'm not really, final thoughts on that race. Um, hmm. Hmm. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not really gonna comment on any of that. That was. That was interesting to say the least. I won't say names or anything, but yeah, there's gonna be a lot of tickets tonight. FIA, I hope you've got your schedules freed up this Sunday and this evening because you're gonna have a long one. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't really have a lot of like, okay, in terms of individuals, well done, Speed for winning the race and so on and so forth. But in terms of like the overall standpoint of that race, there's not an awful lot to take from that. That was positive. A lot of the race did was just chaotic, and yeah, I don't think I think I think we'd want to quickly forget about that in terms of standards. I mean, half the grid was out, so yeah, um, and that first safety car was a bit say sketchy is a bit of an understatement on how that occurred. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm not. Yeah, um, yeah. That definitely won't be the final race result. It's not. I was gonna say something, but I was gonna try and think of something positive to take from that race or anything. From what I've seen, but there's not a lot. There's not a lot, if I'm being honest. A lot of it was pretty negative. Nora, to be fair, he'd done a decent drive from near last to get onto the podium, potentially second. So he's one to look out for. He did a very good race. One to look out for the rest of the season. Potentially race wins and podiums. We'll see what he can do. Other than that, yeah, a little bit disappointing for, I guess, the potential race we had in store, especially after qualifying. That was very, very disappointing. A few need to have a very good look at themselves really after that. And yeah, the question of this what they want to do, or just open lobbies. Just yeah. Anyway, hope you somewhat enjoyed that race at least. And yeah, we'll see you on Tuesday on tier 2 and tier 3. That will be Brazilian Grand Prix, and we'll back here on the AJ Stands YouTube channel next week for Brazil, where it'll be soft and medium tire running, only soft and mediums. So that'll be a very interesting race, potentially 2 or even 3 stop strategy, depending on how good people are on tire wear. And yeah, I will see you then. Have a good week.